Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online. Welcome also to sisi, the test server for EVE Online, where CCP is holding another mass test. So we have to warp towards a mass test 24 August, so a citadel that they've prepared there. And the aim of this mass test is to take a look at the new turret effects. So that is pretty exciting, which is also the reason why I'm actually flying an Abaddon at the moment, because it's got this nice line of lasers. I chose beam lasers. And that should give us a nice look at these new effects. In scale, around 190 people here, not as many as CCP would like to see, but let's also keep in mind that it is still August. We're still in the summertime, and so lots of people have breaks and have other stuff to do at the moment, which is I think pretty damn normal. I think it's also going to be a decently short test, because the warping point is in FD itself, and then the fight will just be in XBV, so it should be pretty fast. So everybody is landing here. I actually landed at 10. Let's get started and undock first, if you're still docked, of course. Fire at will at the citadel only, and too far away. Okay, so we're actually not close enough. Let's close in a little bit. There we go. And then let's say someone is asking to which structure they have to go. So I'm quickly telling him that, and someone is actually firing at me, which they're not supposed to, but okay. Let's give him, what the hell? Let's do a neat armor. Okay, it's still only my shields, but they are definitely... someone is definitely firing at me. Here we go, a little bit of armor damage. Let's start repping. And I think it's like a Nagelfar or something like that that's actually engaging me. So we'll see. This should stop at some point. Who is actually firing at range that we could take a quick look at? Probably here. Or not. They're still going, but alright. I have a reserve ship ready as well. Oh, that looks nice. Here's a cockroach with all sorts of weapons. This is cool. Let's take a quick look at that one. So you've got the lasers. You've got like a real gun. Not sure what this is. That's a strange effect. Look at that. That seems to actually be a completely wrong effect on that gun. That's a little strange, but this is a nicely fitted roach that can show us what's happening there. That's actually pretty cool. Look at all of that. Very nice. Now let's see if the Revelation here is also firing, so we're gonna take a look at this baby once we get in close enough. Maybe I should just go for actually a free look here, so that we can just move ourselves into a nice position. There it goes. And those must be beam lasers, I think. That's them firing. Alright, let's see if I can put in the Aurora. What's my range with that? Okay, 100 kilometers. So once I can actually target this, which is only at 100 kilometers, I still have to get a little bit closer. Let's see if there's a golem. I don't think that'll have the interesting weapons. A paladin might. Another, yeah, lasers. He still needs to get in range as well. Who else is firing? I mean, I would like to see a Nagelfar, because those are some nice guns too. Oh, and here we go. We actually have Macariel firing. So let's take a look at that if we can get close enough. Okay, we can disable this, I think. He's not actually firing just yet. Alright. And so this is me still heading. Finally, I'm able to target the Keep Star. So let's turn around a little bit, and then let's keep an eye on the lasers. Once they're aligned, go like this. Firing in all directions, but alright. let's stop this so that I have some cap left. There they go. We should slowly be stopping, so we're gonna allow us to pass in front of the camera. And here are the laser banks. Firing in all directions, not uniformly in the same direction anymore. And it's definitely toned down in a sense, so you can get really close by, you can see the turret, and then when it fires, you can see the effect inside the turret. But before the previous iteration, I think, was a lot more overwhelming when it comes to the light effect on the barrel, and so I like this. This feels more precise and a little bit more like what a laser would actually look like. So to me, this looks pretty damn good. And then the beams, let's see if I can spot my own beams. Yeah, right there. Heading towards the citadel there. Let's fire at that again. There you go. Yeah, that's definitely pretty damn cool. A Tengu, maybe he's got railguns on. Let's see if I can... No, he actually has missiles. That's unfortunate. Maybe a Naglfar. Are you firing? Yes, he is. Okay, awesome. Well, that's alright. We're switching on to another ship to look at. And here again, yeah, I do like this. This feels a lot more like you can actually see the weapon firing and it has an effect. And so that's the Naglfar gun. Now you can really see that. That's a nice angle here. Look at that. That's really cool. Also feels like a siege weapon, something that you would have on a dreadnought. Right, with a very strong base, the entire weapon is basically meant to keep everything stable and to have a nice rate of fire. I like this one. Definitely looks pretty great. Then let's see if we can get in on a Macarial. See if we can see the guns firing here. Yes, we can. Awesome. So there you go. Not exactly sure which one these are, but they look pretty good to me as well. And then let's follow the trail up. So there we go. And we can actually look at them go on all sides. This is also, I think, something that is new. Not all of them will aim at the same hard point on the target. So you can clearly see that some of the guns are aiming somewhere else when it comes to the effect. Some of them are shooting here, here, and then over here. That is very cool, I think. And so this is the effect on a Macarial. What else have we got here? A Slipnir. Is he actually firing already? He is, but just not towards the structure. All right. Okay, missed it somehow. There we go. Let's try that again. Not exactly sure what he's firing at, and he's making it very difficult for me to track him. Let's see what the avatar does. All right, he has lasers as well, of course. They're right here. So we get these massive lasers that should be coming into view now. Let's see here. There, that's why we would like to see fire. Come on, get a little bit closer again. There they are. And so that is the super capital weapon. Seems like we're having desync problems. Please warp to a gate and then to the Citadel beacon if you have problems with targeting. So yeah, that's just because we landed pretty far away. Okay, then we can keep looking for some other stuff. Here's a Hyperion. Let's see what kind of guns he has fitted, if he's firing any of them. You do need to be a little bit closer, of course, if you actually want to target it. So I'm not sure if we'll actually see his guns firing. Not yet, it doesn't look like it. The golem, that's probably gonna be lasers. Missiles, lasers, what the hell am I saying? That's of course gonna be lasers. So that's not all too interesting. A Kronos, that could be interesting. Let's see if we can actually snag some of his guns. There we go. Ooh, I like that actually. That's a very cool effect. Look at that. That's a shot being fired from what I think is going to be a railgun. It looks like that. Ah, he's probably reloading right now. Come on. Let's also fire here. Yeah, alright. They're firing again. Can we put ourselves in a good spot to watch them fire closely? Not really sure. You know what? We're gonna do this. Let's see if we can snag them like that then. Yeah, that'll be a little easier, although not always better. Now you've got this little puff of smoke after they actually fire. That's pretty cool, actually. So that's on a Kronos. And now let's get back to to my ship. Here we go. That's the lasers, and I can zoom in a little bit more like that. So they are firing up over there. All right, let's go back into the tactical. Get a little closer. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. Let's see if I can align myself with them. And there they go. Here again, you can clearly see how these lasers are targeting different points on the Citadel. And if they do so on ships, I think it will make combat look a lot cooler. And so this is definitely very nice in my opinion. Okay, I did not fit this very well because I am going to lack some cap, but we'll see. Let's get back on orbit. Let's see if we can spot something else that would have guns, like a Moros, of course. How could we forget this one? Which guns are firing? That's the question. There they are. Yep. So these ought to be railguns. It does feel like they, they load up and then with like a supercharged shot, they fire at the target. But then you also have this little puff of smoke that comes off afterwards. Let's see if we can see this from here. Oh, and now they're here they are switching quite randomly at the hard points that they're actually firing at. So go ahead. Now you've got that little buff here that that almost looks like a missile could be going out, but it's actually the round from I think a railgun. So very cool. I do like the effect, and from a little further away you can actually see the shot leave here really quickly. The winner, I would still put that on the Nagelfars actually. So let's get it on one of those. I think that this is probably my favorite effect so far. Can I zoom in a little bit more on you? No, it's not gonna let me do that. Well, then we'll just grab a Nagelfar. Where the hell are you? On the fly camera work. Not that easy. Well, we'll have to spot them in space. There we go. Like that. And zoom in on this. This to me looks the best. It's pretty damn massive. And now you've got the shots that are meant to like overwhelm with artillery fire. A really big barrage. Very cool. This is my favorites. As a fax comes into view. But yeah, these guns, they look really great. When really do look great in my opinion when they're firing. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's try to spot some different effects that may be interesting as well. So we got some people up here. That's another revelation. So that's gonna be more laser fire. That will be the correct waypoint actually when you're done desyncing. Oh, alright, let's take a look at this guy. Yeah, that's going to be either blasters or the railguns firing. And then they have that little puff of smoke That's maybe some debris or something like that from the round because of its super velocity. Is of course very nice. And I will take another look at you right here. Here's a revelation. I chose the black skin because I thought maybe that would look pretty damn good. And so this is a little bit different. Now he's moving his other guns into view. It's actually CCP Habakkuk, alright. And there are his lasers firing. Nope, nope, no, they're back on the other side. God damn it. And they're actually shooting through his own ship at the target. So at this point, I think those guns should be firing, but they're still not. So yeah, look at that. They're actually firing through his own hull. Alright, that maybe needs to be looked at. What else do I see here that I hadn't seen before? Here is... thought we'd seen an apocalypse here as well. Yep, there we go. Let's take a look at these lasers. Yeah, as I've said, the light effect is a little more nuanced. You actually see the gun as it's firing, which for me is a big plus compared to the big ball of light that you sometimes have, especially on pulse lasers. I think this is definitely an improvement on that. I should maybe also put this up. FPS monitor could be useful for the fights. I'll get ready. And I'll put in the Gleam L next, just in case, because at some point we are going to jump off somewhere else. Here's a Gnosis, let's see. He's still landing. Scorpion. You think, can you put rails on a Scorpion? Not really seeing any gun effects here. On the background I am though. What was that? Was that from you? Yeah, those are different guns. Alright, let's go take a look at these puppies. So that could be the actual massive artilleries. Yeah, much lower rate of fire. And let's do the tracking thing again. There's the gun in plain view. And well, you can't really follow the round too well here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Go like this maybe. So yeah, the lower rate of fire here, you have to wait a little bit longer. Let's get all three of them into view. Maybe then we'll be able to follow the shot. Yeah, there you go. Now, from this one, you could actually see the shot get fired at that point over here. This is pretty cool as well. And actually, so from nearby, again, it's toned down. You really have the front of the barrels that light up with a flash, but the rest of it is pretty toned down. And actually, if you can follow the shots, those are actually really nice balls of hot glowing matter that head towards that point. And so it was very noticeable from further away. So I think like this will... Yeah, that effect, it's still not really that visible, but when you see it coming towards you, I think that it will be pretty cool. So let's keep an eye on this one again. There you go. So those shots actually have a pretty big effect, but close to the ship, it's toned down a little bit, and I do like that so far. Pretty cool. Ceasefire. Okay, well, I stopped firing for a while now, but... Let's just say that I'm really good at following instructions. For some other people it takes a little bit longer, but ceasefire has been called. And I think those shots that you saw stray like that in there are from those big artilleries. Fleet X warp to XBV and set up the gate camp. Okay, I'm in Fleet Y now, so for some reason they switched from Fleet W to Fleet Y, and we only have 74 members to a group that grew to 274 in the meantime, so not bad, close to 300. I'm still sure that we would like to see 400 or 500 to really stress the servers out a little bit, but it's definitely okay, I think, for August. And as Fleet X is gonna set up the gate camp, I also want to show you guys the oops, not the fit, but the animated skin. So let's see if I can find this one. Was it? No. Yes, I think it was this one. This was really cool in my opinion. So here you go. We've got the first. I think the Macarel also has an animated skin, but this one, this is where the technology is heading towards giving us our alliance icons on a skin. And so you can see here these banners are basically what CCP is hoping will enable them to give us those alliance skins. And here on the front you can really see them. Nice little animated banners. They obviously don't move in the wind because there's no matter there in space, and these are holograms, but that looks really good and really promising. So hopefully this means that the skin market is successful enough and that CCP is now really working hard on actually getting us some sort of alliance skins. That would be really cool in my opinion. So this one, yeah, big plus for me, definitely a big step towards those alliance skins. And very nice little animated banner. Oh, it actually seems to move just a little bit. But yeah, that is one thing to keep in mind as well. So CCP is hard at work. And that looks to me like it's development work towards those alliance skins. Or maybe even corporation skins as well. I do wonder how they'll actually implement that. Is it going to be like one skin and then you need to put in a design for that? And then they'll call it alliance skin, so that one purchase will allow you to fly your alliance colors at all times. Or are they going to go a different route? I think that would make the most sense, but maybe technically it's not that easy, of course. Fleet X is warping off. We still have some neutrals here as well, but that's okay. And I'm going to let's take a look. Oh, apparently we need to warp towards there.
Warp drive
Well,
active.
So some calls for armor. He's still holding on. Well, we'll warp to the gate as long as we're on this side. I think it should be okay. Fleet Y, proceed to the XPV gate, but do not jump. There you go. The order is given. And my Black Abaddon is heading there. We'll die pretty quickly, I'm sure. The other side probably has like 100 people more than us. But okay, very interesting mass test here in my opinion. So far also on performance, definitely no complaints on my end. This looks like it's all still functioning the way it should. And as I've said, I like that. Apparently the guns at this point seem to have been toned down a little bit in the effect on the guns themselves. A bit more detail coming to these effects, which I like. So let's grab the gate. Let's get ready to jump through if we need to. As we do have a couple of faxes here. An apostle, and that's also our Minokawa. Probably shields though on that one. Couple revelations. And we actually have a Chimera, but he's not sporting the skin. That is Elena Martyr. That's very bad of you. You should really sport the skin on this one, since you can just normally grab that from the market for the testing purposes. But alright. As the rest of the fleet warps in, and nicks quite a few battleships. I almost don't want to go in first, because then I'll get prime reach right off the bat and that'll be that, but let's see. Still 157 here, so maybe there's not that many people in fleets. Fleet Y, jump. let's maybe give it like 10 seconds or something like that. Normally things would go really fast, but I think you can see that there is this little hesitation on everybody's mind here. I don't want to be the first one to decloak and to be primaried by the enemy fleet. So let's get in there and let's see what's happening in the PvP fights. Obviously performance is gonna drop. Here is the gate camp. They even have a Titan as well. So now let's give this a little bit of time, and then let's also choose a target. My optimal range is around 15 kilometers. So we'll maybe look for a Macarial to hit. That we could try that. Alright, let's go. Orbit at 10, I think. And where was it? There we go. Let's target that Macarial. He's being targeted. Let's see if we can actually do some damage on him. Killer God in the Macarial. Opening fire. That's a decent shield burst. FPS down to around 40. He's counter-targeting me. There we go. Keep firing. Do we have some primaries? Just needs armor, needs armor. Okay, then I'm gonna keep up the fight here, as I'm getting hit pretty hard. Let's hope he's shield tanked. Let's also ask for some armor if anyone can spare it. Need some armor. Okay. Oh, and I'm being repped. Alright, thank you very much for that. He's actually pulling away from me. Let's also activate the afterburner, but oh, I'm being tackled quite heavily. So I'm not sure how long I'll still be able to actually hit him here. But his shields are almost gone. Let's see what kind of a tank he's actually sporting. If it's full shield tank... No, look at that. He's actually pretty tough on the armor as well. What is targeting me? Chimera. Balgorn is doing a number on me. Let's counter target the Balgorn. As well, it's just not helping anymore. I'm slowly going down. And there we go. As expected, of course, we are seriously outnumbered. And there goes my ship. Let's keep a close eye on the explosions. That is pretty cool. Oh, what the hell was that? Don't send me home just like that. Let's see if I can get towards the gate. If I can jump through. Then I'll grab another ship and quickly look back. But here is the fight, of course. 30 frames per second, so we are losing some efficiency. 200 in local, no tie-dye. Let's call that a good thing. And now you can see stuff blow up left and right. Ooh, I have a sliver left. Come on, little pot, make it, make it. Nope, I'm not making it. So yeah, there you go, guys. This was the mass test for the new guns. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.